Well, hello again. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Abby, and welcome to Mangomint's Feature Spotlight series. Today, I'm really excited because we're going to be doing a special edition of our Feature Spotlight, where we're going to focus on updates that we've released in Mangomint over the last few weeks. So this is going to be our April release roundup. And we try to do these roundup webinars every 4 to 5 weeks or so that we can, bring you all of the latest and greatest updates that we've made to the Mangomint platform. So I do have a ton of exciting updates to share with you today. I will try to keep it moving quite quickly so you can check out all the exciting updates and then get back to your day. So let's go ahead and just dive right in, and we're going to check out Mangomint's latest updates. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen, and while I'm doing that, also want to point out that if you have any questions during today's webinar, definitely feel free to put them in the chat. And then, of course, any questions that we don't get to live on the webinar, we'll absolutely make sure that we follow up with you one-on-one after the webinar as well. Okay, perfect. And I am sharing my screen. Just let me know if anybody can't see that. I have the Mangomint app pulled up here. So let's go ahead and dive into the updates. So we have two really exciting email marketing updates that I want to share with you all first. So the first update that we want to go over is that we have just added some really beautiful new email templates for this season. So in order to show you those, I'm going to leave the calendar screen that we're looking at now, and we're going to head over to the email marketing screen. So let's go up here, and I'm just going to click on email marketing. So now I'm here in my email marketing screen. And as I'm sure you guys are aware, we are saying hello to a brand new season. Spring has arrived. And so I think that really means tons of new opportunities for all kinds of email marketing campaigns for your salon or spa. So to make your life a little bit easier this spring, we have just launched a whole batch of fresh new email templates. So you can see that I have right here, I've got a lot of different email campaigns that are already set up. We have some that are just draft campaigns. I'm prepping them for later. Maybe some I was just testing it out. I decided not to send them. So those are just in draft mode. And then you can also see I have some sent campaigns as well. So if you kind of scroll down, you can see I had some Valentine's campaigns going on, birthday campaigns, holiday promos, things like that. So all kinds of different email campaigns in here. But I'm going to scroll back up here, and let's go ahead and just create a new campaign. And I'm going to show you our new email templates. So let's click on new campaign. And then let's just say we wanted to make a Mother's Day themed campaign. So I'll just go ahead and enter my campaign name. I'm going to call it something like Mother's Day, so it's easy for me to know what that means. And then we'll just add a subject line. So we'll say something like celebrate Mother's Day with Seven Lakes. We're here at the Seven Lakes Salon and Spa, so I'm just going to do something easy like that. You would then, of course, decide who you want to send your campaign to. Of course, if you want to send a really targeted campaign, I really highly recommend using these filters that we have here. This is really nice because you can set up different filters. You can filter on all kinds of criteria. So maybe they saw a certain service provider, or maybe they went to a certain location or had appointments at a certain date, things like that, more than 90 days ago, for example. So there's a lot of different filters that you can use here to make sure you send a really targeted campaign. For this example, I'm just going to be quick here. So for now, I'm just going to send this one to all clients. And then let's go ahead and click Save and Next. All right, so now I've clicked Save and Next. So now I'm looking at my library here of professionally designed email templates. And so to show you guys the new templates that we've added, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. And you can also kind of use this time to check out some of the other really neat templates that we have available as well. So we have all kinds of different templates available to match, match your branding at your salon or spa and kind of convey the feeling that you want to with your email marketing. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. And so now we get here to some really cool, beautiful new templates that we've added. So you can see here, we've added some of these Mother's Day email templates. So you can see we have a couple right here. Here's another couple Mother's Day email templates as well. And you can also see on the left side here, we have a couple really pretty kind of spring themed templates as well. So really beautiful templates. I'm just going to go ahead and pick one of these. Let's say, for example, I'm really liking this one up here. So if I click on that. The really nice thing is as you're looking at these templates, you can click and see a nice preview of everything. So I'm just going to show you, here's some examples. This one's called Springtime. I really love this In Bloom template. I think it's really eye-catching and a really fun one to use if that kind of fits your vibe. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use this template. I'll go ahead and click use a template. And then now that template is going right in here into my email builder. And so I can really easily go ahead and just start designing my email. So I can go here, if I want to talk about Mother's Day specials, maybe some different promotions I'm doing, things like that. You can just go in here and easily type in here and just add all of your content. So it'll only take you a few minutes to actually go in here and set that up. So we make it super easy to use this kind of, we call it like a drag and drop builder. It's really easy to just go in here, click around and make your changes, and you can see all your changes happening instantly. So I really love our new email templates for this season. I think these new email templates are the perfect way to easily let your clients know about, maybe some spring seasonal specials that you have going at your salon or spa, or maybe you have some upcoming Mother's Day promotions. Maybe, you want to promote certain gift cards or certain product sales you have going, or maybe you're even planning some special seasonal events that might be happening in the next few weeks. So these templates make it so easy for you. And you really can spin up a campaign in just a few minutes. It really can be that simple. And also, we're here in the beginning of April, but honestly, Mother's Day is coming up really fast. It's coming up on Sunday, May 12th for both in the US and in Canada. So we only have a few more weeks until Mother's Day. So I really highly recommend that you start, sending your Mother's Day campaigns in advance to kind of start building up that excitement and awareness about your Mother's Day specials. So go ahead and give those new email templates a try and let us know if you have any questions about using those. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our next update. So we have another really exciting email marketing update, again, here on this email marketing theme. And so the next update is that you can send your marketing emails from a custom email address. So I'm actually going to go up here and I'm going to pop over to another screen to show you more about that. Okay, so we have this custom email address. So using a custom email address is really the perfect way to elevate your marketing emails and really increase brand recognition. So I really love using a custom email address because it's going to make it easier for your clients who have become familiar with your brand to, it's going to make it easier for them to recognize and actually trust your incoming emails. So your clients are actually going to be more likely to open your emails if they can easily recognize who is sending the email. So previously, and you can see here, I have this kind of image so you can see what I'm talking about here. Previously, all of your marketing emails would be sent from the @mangomintemail.com domain, which is this one that's shown right here. And so you didn't really have any flexibility about what domain was used. However, now with this new update that we just launched, you can actually send your emails from a custom domain. So when you set up a custom email address, you can actually customize a couple different things. So you're going to be able to enter a custom domain name, which that'll be right here, this custom domain. And then you'll also be able to enter a custom sender address and a display name. And again, if you look right here, this will be your sender address and the display name will be right here. And this the display name is this bolded text right here. So you're going to be able to customize a couple of different things, which is super nice. So let's go ahead and switch back to the Mangomint app, and I'll show you a little bit more about how you would set this up. Okay, so we're back here in Mangomint. Let me go ahead and just close out of this. I'm just going to discard my changes for now. I'll come back to that Mother's Day campaign a bit later. So now we're here in the email marketing screen, but let's go ahead and in order to set up your custom email domain, you're going to go to settings, and then you're actually going to click on business setup. So once we're here, then you're actually going to just click on the advanced settings. So let me go there now. So we're here, let's click on advanced settings. And then if we just scroll down here, you're gonna see here that we have this new setting, which is called custom email address. So it's right here at the bottom. And I just kind of want you guys to know a little bit more about how to set this up. So what you would do next, when you're actually ready to go set this up, is you'll just click on set up a custom address. Now, I will say, we don't have time. We're not going to go through all the setup details here, but I really just want to cover a couple of the higher level details so that you all know what the process will look like in the event that you would like to set up a custom email address. So if you do decide to set up a custom email address, what you're going to do is you're going to need to log into your domain provider to complete the setup. So you can see here we have this listed out. You'll log into your domain provider. And so that could be, maybe you're using GoDaddy or another type of domain provider. Whoever you're using, you would log in there in a separate browser to actually set that up. And then to finish setting this up, you're also going to need to be able to add DNS records to your domain provider. So you can see here, we've got a little bit more information about that there. And then we also have a really helpful in-depth Learning Center article about this available as well. If you go to the Mangomint website, you can check out the Learning Center where we have a lot of different articles about this. And the really cool thing is that we actually have specific articles. If you happen to be using GoDaddy or Bluehost, we have specific Learning Center articles for setting up your custom email address if you're using those as well. And if you're using a different domain provider, let us know who you're using, if you're using somebody else. And we're always constantly updating our documentation on that too. So let me go ahead and close that. So that's just kind of an overview of how you would set that up. As you may realize, the setup for your custom email address, it's going to be a little bit more involved than many of our other features in Mangomint. So, with that said, don't hesitate to chat with our support team. If you run into any questions at all during the setup, they will be able to help guide you through all of those steps. So, you're not alone in that. Just let our support team know if you have any questions as you go to set that up. And I think it will be such a great way to really elevate your email marketing even further. All right, so let's go and talk about another update. So our next update, we're going to kind of leave the email marketing theme and actually talk about managing multiple locations and managing client communication across multiple locations. So our next update is that now you can add additional phone numbers for every location you have. And that's no matter how many locations you have. So I think this next update here that we're going to dive into is a really exciting update for anybody who has multiple business locations, or maybe right now you have one business location, but maybe you're kind of thinking about opening another location in the future. So this will be for you. So previously, and actually before I kind of dive into this more, I'm going to go to settings and we're actually going to click on business setup. And then I'm going to click on phone numbers. So you can kind of see what we're going to start talking about here. So previously, all business locations that you had, in the past, they used the same phone number for your automated messages and two-way texting. But now with this new update, you can actually add additional phone numbers and assign a dedicated local phone number to every location that you have. So I think this is a really cool update for multi-location businesses, and it's also super flexible. So the really cool thing about this is that you can assign a unique phone number to each location that you have. So, one location will have one number, the second location would have the second number, if you want to do it that way. Or it's also really flexible. So if you wanted to, you could assign one phone number to multiple locations if you wanted to, or do kind of any combination. So no matter how you want to set that up, it's really easy to fit your needs. So let's now kind of look more about how to set this up. So in my account here, I'm here in the 7 Lakes Salon and Spa. This is my demo account. You can see that I already have multiple locations. I'm actually going to go here to my locations tab, just so you guys can see all the different locations that I have set up here. So I have here the 7 Lakes main location. This is the first location we set up. And then we added, as the business grew, we added additional locations. So we also have the 7 Lakes Shoreline Avenue location in Chicago. And then we have the 7 Lakes waterfront location in Portland, Maine as well. So we have 3 different locations here. So now let me go back over to the phone numbers tab. And again, if you want to access this, you'll just go to settings and business setup. So we were there in the locations, you saw our locations. Now let's go ahead and click on phone numbers. So the phone numbers tab is where you're actually going to manage all of your different phone numbers and set up the multi-location assignments for those phone numbers. So you can see right now, I do have two phone numbers set up here. So you can see I have this 424 number, and right now we can see that it's assigned to the main location and the Seven Lakes waterfront location. And then you can also see that I have the 773 number set up here, and this one is already assigned to the Seven Lakes Shoreline Avenue location. So now let's go ahead and let's say that I want to go ahead and add a third phone number here for our third location. So I actually want to now get another number, and that's going to be dedicated to the Seven Lakes waterfront location that I have, which is currently assigned to this 424 number. So the Seven Lakes waterfront location is in Portland, Maine. So in order to actually get that additional phone number, I'll just go here and click add a phone number. So I'll go ahead and click that. And I did mention they're in Portland, Maine. So I do know that one of the area codes typical for Portland is 207. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to see if any phone numbers are available in that area code. So just enter that area code and click continue. Now it's fetching available phone numbers. And you can see here, there are actually a few different 207 phone numbers available for me to use. So I can look through these. I can see which one I may want to use. Maybe I want to use this one. I think that looks good. Once I've selected the phone number with the area code that I want, I just go ahead and click continue. And then next, I'm going to actually assign locations to this new number. So again, this is going to be for the waterfront location that we have. So for now, I'm only going to assign it to waterfront. So I'm just going to click that, and then we'll go ahead and click continue. Okay, perfect. So I have now added that third phone number. So you can see here, I have now the 424 number. I have the 773 number, which is assigned to Shoreline Avenue. And now here is the new number that I added, the third one. This is the 207 number. So this is, for our clients who are in Portland, Maine, and who are going to the Seven Lakes waterfront location. So it's really easy to go through here and manage all of your business phone numbers and see which locations are assigned to every phone number that you have. And so basically how this works is that all of the text messages and the automated messages that come from this location are going to use this assigned phone number going forward. So the nice thing about this is that you can add up to one phone number for each location that you have. And this includes both virtual and physical locations as well. So just to give you an example, in this example here, I had 3 locations. So I'm able to set up to 3 phone numbers, which I've already done here. If you had 5 locations, for example, then you can set up to 5 unique phone numbers if you want to. So now that I've set this up and I've assigned locations to my new phone number that I have here, I want to show you what this looks like in the messages screen, because again, as I mentioned before, these phone numbers, they are both for all of your text messages that are sent through two-way texting, and they're also used for all of the automated notifications as well. So appointment confirmations, reminders, all of those will be sent from this phone number to your clients, sent as a text message to your clients. So let's go ahead and go to the messages screen. So this is really nice because when you're running a multi-location business, and if you go ahead and set up multiple phone numbers just as we've done here, this is really nice because you can actually easily view conversations across all locations at once, or if you want to, you can kind of drill down and view the conversations that are for one location only. So let's say that I wanted to see all locations. So I would just go here. I go to this conversation status. I'll just click on that. And then for now, I'm looking at open conversations. And then right here, we have this new little filter for the location. So I can choose to view all locations. So now I'm seeing the conversations across all locations. Or if I want to, I'm just going to show you now I can go and I can click on one of the locations. So I went ahead and clicked here on Shoreline Avenue, and you can see here that now I'm viewing the client conversations that are associated with just this location. So super easy to go and do that. You can see right now the waterfront doesn't have any open conversations. So I can just go ahead and use that to kind of toggle through these really easily and focus on one location, or, especially if you're a manager, you're some type of admin in the business, then you'll probably often want to be viewing all locations at one time. So you can kind of keep a pulse on everything. But I really love this update too, because it's helpful both for admins, but it's also really cool for non-admins as well. So this update is really nice because it lets multi-location businesses manage access to client conversations based on the locations where staff members work at. So let's say, for example, maybe you have a front desk coordinator who only works at one of these locations. Let's say, for example, they only work at the Shoreline location. Then you can make it so that they only see conversations for that location. So if you just go here to settings, I'll show you what I mean by that. If you go to staff members, we'll go here. Let's just click on Harriet. The way you can control access to the different locations based on where staff members work is you'll just go to this locations tab for each of your staff members. And so you can enable the locations that they're assigned to that way. So that means that Harriet, for example, we can see that she works at the Seven Lakes Salon and Spa, the main location, and she works at the Seven Lakes Shoreline Avenue. So with this new update, that means that she will only be able to view client conversations that are associated with those two locations. So I think this is really nice. It's a great way to manage your conversations access and make sure you're maintaining that client privacy as well. And I also really love it because it's going to make it so easy for your clients to recognize your incoming text and your automated messages, because you're going to be using that local number as I showed you guys. So we'll just go back here. So let's say, for example, we have a client here who visits the Shoreline Avenue location. This is in Chicago. So they're going to recognize that 773 area code, and they're going to, they're just going to be more likely to, recognize it and trust it because it's coming from a local phone number. And this is also really nice because then your clients, they can easily save each location's phone number if they want in their phone. It's going to make things more organized and easy, especially for your clients who maybe you have certain clients who like to visit more than one of your locations. This is really common. We have a lot of businesses who maybe they have, say, 2 or 3 locations within the same city or kind of metro area. So they'll actually have some clients who like to visit multiple locations. So it's really nice to keep things organized for them as well, especially if you maybe have, let's say you're spread out across a really big metro area and you have different locations that actually where you want to use a different local area code for each of those locations. So super easy to set this up. And then if you want to, you can also easily change which phone numbers are assigned to the location. So if I wanted to just do that, I can go here and just click on assign locations, and then I can easily update that anytime I want to. So I think this is a really cool update for multi-location businesses. Also, be sure to check out the Mangomint blog. We just launched a cool new article about this that kind of goes into all of this in more detail. So be sure to check that out. And then I also want to highlight that this update is it's available for everybody with multiple locations. So whether or not you're using the two-way texting add-on, this is available for you because, again, this is not just for two-way texting, it's also for all of your automated messages. So this is, regardless of what add-on you have, if you have multiple locations, you can set this up right now. So let us know if you have any questions about setting up additional phone numbers for your additional locations. Okay, so I do have one more really exciting update to go over with you guys. And this is also kind of related to client communication and managing your conversations. So our next update is that we have also added typing indicators to conversations. So I think that this final update, it's really another way that we're improving staff collaboration inside of Mangomint, especially when it comes to communicating with your clients. So now, whenever you view conversations, you're actually going to see real-time typing indicators whenever other staff members if they're either responding to a client's text or if they're writing internal notes. So you're going to see this right here in the messages screen. So you actually see it here. I'll show you something else in a minute that will kind of simulate what that looks like more. But whenever you're viewing conversations here in the messages screen, or whenever you're just viewing any client conversations throughout the app, you will be able to see those typing indicators whenever whenever other team members are typing in conversations. So let me pop back over to my slide deck just to show you another example of what this looks like. Okay, so here's our typing indicators. So I really like this. I have this little, images here just to show you more about what this looks like. So you can see here right now, this staff member is leaving an internal note, and you can see that typing indicator right there. And then, or if they're typing a text message response to the client, you'll also see that typing indicator right up there. And you can actually notice, you guys will see that the indicator will change color. So if it's right now, it has that purple background. So that means that one of your staff members is typing a response to the client. But if it's yellow right there, then that means that one of your staff members is actually writing an internal note. So I love using that, the color to differentiate so you know exactly what's going on. And I really love this update because, all of you, you're so used to this when you're working in a team. Let's say maybe you guys have a few different stylists. You also have a front desk coordinator. Maybe you have a couple managers as well that are overseeing everything. And let's say that you receive an incoming text from a client. And let's say that you have it set up so that all of your different staff members can view, all different client conversations and all of the incoming messages. So in that situation, if you guys receive an incoming text and everybody can see that incoming text, it's going to be, pretty awkward if, let's say, for example, both of your staff members, Jennifer and Andre, they try to respond to the client at the very same time. So we've all had that, maybe happen before. Your staff members, they're hurrying to try to respond really fast, which is great. But then it's a little bit awkward because, they both go ahead and right away they send a response to the client. The client might get a little confused. They see, oh, I have a message from Jennifer, and now Andre has also texted me back. So it's a little bit confusing for the client, especially, there might be cases where what if your staff members, they accidentally provided conflicting information to the client, things like that, because they didn't really align on what the response was to the client before they sent it. So I love typing indicators, and these are real time. So, immediately in real time, whenever you're viewing other conversations that people are typing in, you will see these instantly. So they're really going to improve visibility when you're collaborating with other staff members, and they're really going to prevent all of those types of mishaps I was talking about. So it's going to allow you to keep things organized so that, if Jennifer wants to respond to the client, she can see like, oh, I see that Andre is actually responding to the client, so I'm going to go ahead and hold back. Or maybe you have a manager, for example, who's kind of overseeing some of the different conversations coming in from your different clients. And so this is really cool because the manager, if let's say they're writing an internal note and kind of giving some guidance to a staff member on how to respond, the staff member can wait. They can see that their manager is typing an internal note for them. And then they can wait, before they actually send that client response. They'll see the client or the internal note come in, and then the staff member will be able to see that and then go ahead and formulate their response to the client. So I really love this, and this is going to just make it so much easier when you're collaborating with all of your different staff members. And it's really going to improve your client communication as well, because you're going to be more organized and everybody's going to know what everyone else is doing. So really improving that visibility when you're working together. All right, so really love that update as well. Okay, let me go ahead and go back into the Mangomint app here. So I'm just going to go ahead and see if we have any questions. Let's see here. Okay, we do have a question here. Let's see. Can we use an existing business email address instead of creating a new one? So yes, this is a question about our custom email marketing domains that we were talking about. So yes, you can use an existing business email address if you want to, as long as you can go into your domain provider and update your DNS records. You can definitely use that. However, something that I do want to point out though, when you set up that custom email address, if a client responds to your marketing email, the replies are going to go to the contact email address that you have set up in your business setup. So I'm just going to go here. Let's go here to business setup. And then we'll just go over here to locations, and then you can see the contact email address. This is what I've set up there. So the responses, just keep in mind that the responses to the marketing emails are going to go there. But definitely let us know if you have any more questions about setting up your custom email address. So that's a great question. All right. Well, I think that is all of the questions that we've got, and we have gone through all of our updates here for our April release roundup. So thank you so much to everybody for joining. Definitely keep an eye on our feature spotlight page for future upcoming webinars that we have. And if you have any questions about any of the new features that we covered today, definitely start a chat with our support team, and also check out our Learning Center. We've got a lot of in-depth information about all of these updates. And if you're watching and you're not using Mangomint yet, go ahead and go to mangomint.com, and you can book a demo with a product expert and kind of dive into this in more detail. All right, thanks so much for tuning in today. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.